Hi guys, hope you enjoy this one. This is the build video for the Hot Rod Fighter. So with this one I'm using the mag fuel thrusters and the Thunderbird class hubs. So we have one large Thunderbird class hub on top of the two mag fuel landing thrusters, followed by a small one in front of that, and then another large one on top of the small one, and a small one on top of that large one. And then we'll go with the bolted joint, as there's going to be a few parts that will clip into a hab if we put a hab there, so we're using a bolted joint instead. And now we're just putting on our exterior decoration. Now this part that I'm going to put on at the end of these Speedbird diffuser parts, if that doesn't show up for you, which is not for me sometimes, you'll have to use the terminal and trade up for one. And once you've done that, you should see that then appear in the menu for you to use. I was having an issue with that. It wasn't showing up. I was wondering what was going on with that. Anyway, that's how to fix it. Now we're gonna just offset some parts using this offset building technique. So just duplicated that bolted joint that was that we put there earlier. Okay, so now let's duplicate one of these Vespa aerofoils that are on the side of the ship. And this is going to be the nose section. So let's delete all those parts we don't need anymore, but leave that one and duplicate it. And we can do a little tip here, is put one up in the air out of the way so that you can transfer that to the other side, or when you need to use some more offset building. So you don't have to do that every time, so you can just like keep duplicating that part and moving it to where you need it to be. And now we have to it's easier to duplicate that middle one and move it to the middle and offset it. Deleting those parts again. So now we're going to put, this is pretty cool, putting this infraknife platform right in the middle of that hole. And now we're going to do the same, use that one that we left there, offset it so that it comes forward again. Do exactly the same as we did just now in the middle. And put another infraknife platform right in the middle of that, right there in that hole. So we duplicated that and just move it to the other side, so don't have to do all that again. Just delete all those parts you didn't need, but leave that one there again to use later. But I actually don't think we actually use that again. So now we're putting in our decoration that's going to go underneath. And the Medusa class reactor. So they just bridge across now, which is quite cool. Time to put the cockpit on. And then the Zenith class reactor goes on the back of that small hab. And we'll put a landing bay on, which I think I use a Titan one. Yeah, use a Titan one there. Some offset building again. Now that part that we left up in the air is a bit too far away, so we'll just use this because it's much quicker to do that. So duplicate that thermal grill cap again and snap it to the side of that reactor. And duplicate and put it on the side of that one. And then we're going to duplicate one of these speedbird diffusers from the side of the ship. And duplicate the thermal grill cap again. Now this is going to look a little bit dodgy now. It's kind of Blue Origin-esque. But it's going to look alright. So duplicate the reactor again and place on top. So we're going to put the wings, rear tail fin wings on, which need to be offset so they snap together down the central line in the ship. Select our Arcadia S foils. So deleted a few parts there, and now we're going to just move this piece across to the other side. And you have to delete that one in order to put that one underneath. So delete that one, delete that top one we just put there, and then duplicate the Arcadia S foil, and it will attach to the side of that reactor and makes it look like it's attached to the other S foil wing. So we just duplicated the reactor again that we didn't delete, that we left there. In those reactors so that we can place these where they should be. Now that one didn't quite go where it's supposed to go. It's supposed to go there. So we moved it, and okay. Now we're selecting the fuel pod cover to put on the back of that. This is the housing. This is going to be the housing for the thruster that we're going to put in there. That's going to be our means of propulsion. So we're duplicating the Vespa aerofoil for decoration for the side of that hab. Makes it look quite nice there. And just giving a little look around just to see where things were placed, and that gets duplicated again and moved up and over. So delete that one so that you can place that one there. If you don't delete it, you can't place that one there. And we're doing the housing for the thruster for the other side of the ship now. Same as before. So we can duplicate the other side and just move it across. Couple of bits more decoration that we're just duplicating from that hazing. Delete the parts that we don't need anymore. Leave that reactor there so that we can offset the reactor again and place it straight in the middle of that thruster hazing. So selecting our pyro drive booster, and that fits perfectly inside. So delete these parts that we don't need. Leave that one, and so that we can move the reactor across the other side again. Just makes it a lot easier than doing it all over again. The pyro drive booster goes inside again. And that's both of those boosters done. Delete all those extra reactors and delete that part that we didn't actually use again. An air purifier for the top of that hab. And I think we place a window here, yeah, a round window. Another air purifier underneath. This is pretty cool. You can hide these defense shields inside, so you only get like a little tiny bit poking through the bodywork. You could put like some more cannons there if you wanted to, like the Cyclotron Lister one and the Deadeye cannon. I think they poke through far enough so that it looks decent, whereas some of the other ones, like if you try to put the infra knife, it would be too far inside, it wouldn't look that good. It might work if you try it. I'm just changing the colour. This is the colour I've chosen for this ship and giving it that Worn Universe look with the can't remember what the name of that is now, but I think that fits quite well with the look of this ship. Okay, now so this is just stair placement. It needs to go on this hab, and then if you just come around this side and put one there, that's very nice placement to go straight up to the cockpit. So let's just give her a spin and see what it looks like out of the cockpit. I think that view looks really good. Chosen a suitably menacing character for this part of the video. Splattering Starship Trail for this one. And we're going to choose the technical figurine for our bobblehead. And that's what the Starship Trail looks like. It's pretty cool. There you go, guys. That's the build. Really hope you enjoyed this one. I'll just leave you with this little 360 spin around of the ship. If you're enjoying these build videos, please drop a comment, and yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff if you want to. Have a good one. Bye for now. Cheers.